Hello everybody, this is AG here, and welcome to the Indianapolis Raceway Park. We are here in Brownsburg, Indiana for the 10th race of the season, which will be tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Tonight we are qualifying for this 50-lap race here, the Lucas Oil 200, and we're excited to see how it ends up shaking out here on this track, because qualifying is going to be a big deal here with it being a short track. Whoever gets that first or third starting position will have a very good opportunity at winning this race. However, it's going to be a lot of tire wear on this track once again. Remember the Winners Showdown that we had back in July here on this racetrack? We had some significant tire wear on that race, and it ended up proving pivotal to how that race ended up going. Of course, Nicholas Samadeo got the win in that one. We'll have to see if that ends up being a factor tomorrow night, but we're here to qualify, set the starting lineup first, and of course, with it being a short track, where you start is very critical to where you finish. But with that being said as well, this is our first short track in quite some time. I believe our first short track since Bristol, so we may see some new faces up front in these sessions as we move on throughout the evening, and we may finally see Blaine Keys' streak of 4 straight poles coming to this race. He's looking for his 5th straight pole here tonight. That may come to an end. May. That's the big key word right there. And we're excited for this one. Always a fun time here at IRP. A very unique racetrack. And pretty much the biggest race that we run here. Of course, we did have the Winter Showdown here. The Winter Showdown will not be back here next year. Obviously, we already announced the schedule for the Wall Walk Cup Series. That's going to be at Hillside next year, which I know you all are looking forward to that one. But this track is a lot of fun. Leonard Kochmer enjoys it. He is currently the fastest here in Group A. Of course, top 3 advance onto the Fast 6 in each group. And Kochmer currently with the fastest time. Joe Rutkowski and Andrew Miller with some fast times right there. You'd probably want to get your fast time in second or third lap. Eric Monaco, not a surprise there to see Monaco qualify well. Of course, qualified well last week at Las Vegas, but still has not been able to really show for it in any of these races yet this season. 33rd in points for Monaco. There's Roberto Crown Jr. now in the points standings that you saw on Saturday. You'll see that Roberto Crown Jr. has the 6th position, but they are tied with Rogel Dorn for that 6th position. Rogel officially holds the tiebreaker, so they switched positions, which means that Roberto is in this session right here. So that is why you don't see Rogel Dorn here in Group A. Rogel Dorn's going to be in Group B. Of course, Rogel got the win last weekend. How about this? Blaine Keys got up to 2nd, and then Derek Hamill got up to the top position in the 51. This truck is really, really good. Derek's not really been able to get a good finish out of his good qualifying efforts so far this season, but here he is. But Blaine currently in that top 3 again. And with the way the tire wear works here at IRP, I don't know if anyone's going to be able to knock him out of that top 3. Leonard Kochmer, the other driver there. It's Bryce Egan, Logan Williams, Eric Monaco back in there. Joe Rutkowski, Andrew Miller, Roberto Crown Jr., and Nathan Stapleton are tied, but Roberto has the advantage on the 61. Another rough effort. Oh, and Logan Williams just blew up in the 72. Not exactly what he was hoping for in this one. And only unless we have someone that actually gets back out there with fresh tires, which Duncan Ward's going to try to do something here in the 18 machine. Will he get out there in time? That's the big question for him. Because at this point, nobody who's out there right now is going to be able to really improve their time. Though Roberto Crown Jr. moved up to 7th. It's a tough break for Nathan Stapleton. He actually almost won this race back in 22, 2 years ago. But it's just been such a rough season for Triad Racing this year. Logan Williams currently with the 5th quickest time here, and Stapleton all the way back in 13th. But Derek Hamill has been very impressive in these qualifying sessions. Average starting position of 12.22. Of course, compared to the Blaine Keys 3.33 that he's got so far. And looking to continue that on. I mean, it would be his 5th straight pole if he can do this. That is half of the season up to this point, if he is to win the pole here in this one. Duncan Ward is going back out there, but I don't think he's going to have enough time or necessarily have the truck to be able to get that 23.309 that he would need on Blaine Keys, especially being in traffic right here. That's not necessarily going to work out too well for him. Though there are some guys that are out there that are clocking in some solid times. Got Jack Haas in 6th. We got Andrew Williams in 7th. Aaron Abel in 8th. I think those are 3 dark horses for race wins this season. They're definitely guys that could find themselves in victory lane at some point. Of course, Jack Haas almost got the win in Rockingham a few weeks ago, but ended up losing that to Blaine Keys. And looks like Blaine's going to have another opportunity at a pole here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. It doesn't end. It never ends. Blaine Keys, Leonard Kochmer, Derek Hamill make it on from Group A to advance on to the Fast 6 here at IRP. Bryce Egan, Logan Williams. Chris Bryce Egan will start in 7th. Logan Williams will start 9th. Jack Haas will start 11th. Andrew Williams will start 13th. Aaron Abel will start 15th. Eric Monaco will start in the 17th position. Roberto Crown Jr. will start 19th. Joe Rutkowski will start 21st. Emily DeBenedetti will start 23rd. Andrew Miller will start 25th. Nathan Stavelin will start 27th. Laura Chung will start 29th. Zachary Fitzhorn will start 31st. Corey Case will start 33rd. Duncan Ward will start 35th for tomorrow night's Lucas Oil 200 here from IRP. Let's go ahead and get to Group B and see if any of those guys have anything for Blaine Keys once we get to the Fast 6 here in just a few minutes. And here we go for Group B. Ludovic Schretz in this group. She has not had the best of seasons, at least in comparison to her teammate of Blaine Keys. That is for sure. 12th in points coming into this race for Ludovic. But you know what? Never say never. 79 points behind, halfway through the season. There's still plenty of time for her to make that up, especially if Blaine has more races like he did last week at Las Vegas, where even, pit stop aside, he was not going to win that race and really contend with Sam Adio, Andrew Williams, Rogel Dorn in that one. So that was interesting. That was a little bit of a sign of weakness there for Blaine Keys, and we'll have to see how it ends up shaking out for him in tomorrow night's race. We'll have to see where he ends up starting. Of course, I think the big story really is that streak that he's got going on. I don't know, maybe Grimace showed up a few weeks ago, and he just keeps on going on with it in that one machine. Let's see if anyone gets out here to start a lap. There we go. Philip Torrey is going to lead us off. Oh, here we go. We got a couple guys. Skep Silver's out there. Completely missed Skep Silver there in the 06. This is a very quiet driver, but a very consistent driver. 14th in points, even though he only has the one top 5, one top 10 on the season. Driving a very strong truck there at Parker Davis Enterprises. There's a very good chance that this team will be awarded a Cup Series team in 2025. And hey, if Skep Silver ends up signing up, that could be a great combination over there in the Cup Series. See how that ends up shaking out for him. Now, the thing I will say, when we go into the Walla Cup Series next year, I don't think we're going to necessarily see what Blaine Keys is doing right now in qualifying. I think the competition is going to be a bit too strong for something like this to happen, where he just keeps on getting into that Fast 6 and keeps on getting those poles. But we'll have to see if he gets it tonight, because he was not the fastest. Hamill was clearly the fastest there in Group A, and by a long shot as well, so we're going to have to see. We're going to have to see if Blaine can hold it. But Skep Silver right now has the fastest time. Of course, the second, third lap, roughly, is where these guys can get their fast times. And Nicholas Samadio, this is kind of his wheelhouse. These types of tracks, he was very strong at North Wilkesboro and IRP last year. He won both races, and both races had a very similar tire fall-off, a very similar tire strategy, and he took advantage of both of them. So that may play into his wheelhouse, and he's only 8 points behind Blaine Keys. He is within striking distance to possibly take the points lead tomorrow night if things go his way. The downside, if he does not advance on to the Fast 6, he's going to be starting on the outside lane. He is 6th quickest right now. Brian Webb currently holds on to the fastest time. Agar Barreto is the defending race winner here at Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway Park. And he has yet to complete a lap here in this session. Skep Silver back to the top, and it's Brian Webb and Rogel Dorn, last week's winner. There's Sam Adio moving up to 3rd. Quick time there, 3.66 for him. We'll have to see if he gets another one in. He just knocked out Rogel Dorn. Brian Webb back in the top 3. Actually, he was already in the top 3. He has held the top 3 this whole time, and we got a couple of movers right there. Troxel just went to second, and then Justin Zeidel. I tell you what, it's all or nothing for Justin in these group sessions. But a great time out of Justin. That actually should lock him a spot in to the Fast 6. That's going to push Sam Adeo out at 23. I don't think he's going to get another time in that is going to be good enough. Rogel Dorn, with his second time, is second quickest, and Troxel now on the bubble in the 93. That would be both of the Evans-Ross racing trucks if... No, we keep on switching around. That's Christian Vargas just with the third in the 24. Wow. Have not seen anything of Vargas all season. As a matter of fact, Christian Vargas, 34th in points, is one of 4 drivers who have yet to get a top 10 this season. Andrew Miller, Jesse Turner, Christian Vargas, and then Matthew Burnett. Sam Adeo just went to second in the middle of all that, and we missed it. And Sam Adeo has not been known for his qualifying so far this season, but he has been very consistent in moving himself through the field in these races, which has gotten him to the point that he is currently in. So it's Justin Zeidel, Nicholas Sam Adeo, and Christian Vargas with the top 3 positions, and that line is faster than it was in Group A. Blaine Keys had a 309. Vargas went 300 flat. So Christian Vargas was faster than Blaine Keys here. The driver 34th in points is faster than the points leader, who is a 3.33 average starting position. Wouldn't you know it? I knew I was saying something when I said we were going to see some new faces up front here. I don't know if Sam Adeo's actually made a Fast 6 yet, ironically. He's definitely got the truck and the team behind him to get a good lap in the Fast 6 here, which I think he's going to make it. I think we've gotten to a point where the tires have worn out too much for these guys. But how about Christian Vargas in the 24? Very good time for Vargas and Angel Mafia Motorsports. Of course, Aaron Abel is the other driver on this team, and definitely the driver that's carrying the team at the moment. 13th in points for Aaron. He's going to be starting in the 17th position, or sorry to say, the 15th position tomorrow night. But Vargas is going to be starting a bit higher. He's going to make it into the Fast 6 here unless something freak happens here in these last few seconds. Justin Zeidel again is going to be going for a pole. I believe this is his 3rd Fast 6 of the season, and it seems like every week at least one of those TP Motorsports trucks makes it into the Fast 6. Tanner Parton's doing something right with that team for his 2 drivers to have that amount of success. So Zeidel, Sam Adeo, and Vargas make it on to the Fast 6. Vargas will lead us off here in just a moment. Rogel Dorn will start 8th. Thomas Troxel will start 10th. Skep Silver will start 12th. Brian Webb will start 14th. Agar Beretta will start 16th. Ludovic Schreck, we didn't even talk about Ludovic Schreck that whole run, and that has been a consistent thing this season. Ludovic has not shown up in qualifying like her teammate Blaine Keys, and that has been the huge difference. And Ludovic's going to be starting 18th tomorrow night. That's a terrible spot for a race like this. LJ Cemento's 20th. Philip Torres is 22nd. Caleb Rose will start 24th. Skylar Taylor will start 26th. Jesse Turner will start 28th. Avery Alford will start 30th. Bruno Giacomo will start in 32nd. Matthew Hubert will start 34th. And Matthew Burnett will start in 36th, just like he is in the point standings. But Justin Zeidel, Nicholas Sam Adeo, Christian Vargas, they join Derek Hamill, Leonard Kochmer, and Blaine Keys. Let's go ahead, move on to the Fast 6 and see who gets the pole here for the Lucas Oil 200 at IRP. And here we go, ready to start the Fast 6. Christian Vargas in the 24, first Fast 6 of the season for Vargas. It's not been a good season at all. 34th in points for Vargas coming into this race, but a good opportunity for him to get a good starting position, maybe even get the pole. I mean, Eric Monaco almost won the pole last week at Las Vegas, and he's one position higher than Vargas in the points. And here we go, across the line. Of course, we did single car qualifying for the Winner's Showdown back in July. Some of the fastest times were just under 23 seconds in those cars. However, a little bit different for these guys. I think they're going to be going a little bit slower. We had slightly slower times in the group sessions, and we have the same weather conditions here tonight. So I'm expecting kind of mid-23s. It's going to be where we fall here in this one. Vargas coming through. He's going to complete his lap. Going to set the market at 23.742. So not necessarily the best time for Vargas, but he's on the board, and he'll start top 6 regardless. Let's get on to our next driver, Blaine Keys. All right, here he is. We're getting him knocked out early here. Blaine Keys in the 1. I think it's important to mention that in the Wall Winner Showdown back in July, he won the pole in that single car session. So, watch out. Going for his 5th straight pole. I think this has been more impressive than what he's been doing in the races. And let's see. Will he be able to hold on and keep the streak alive? Across the line, the maximum amount of very different speeds coming through the start-finish line there. They accelerate and decelerate really quickly. A lot different than what we saw last week at Las Vegas, where they were essentially running that same speed the whole time. Minimum through turns 1 and 2, I should say 3 and 4 right here, gonna hit 89, 88. I would imagine this is gonna be faster than Vargas. It will be 23.6 flat for Blaine Keys. We still got a lot of strong drivers coming up here, so we're gonna have to see if Blaine can in fact hold on. But he's quickest right now. And here we go. Arguably Blaine Keys' biggest rival here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series this season, though San Benito only has the 1 win up to this point. San Benito is only 8 points behind Blaine Keys after Keys had his misfortune in Las Vegas last week. San Benito got a top 3 finish in that DraftKings High Roller 400K after starting deep in the field in that race as well. Well, San Benito ain't going to start deep for tomorrow night's race, I should say. Cross the line right there. He is going to, wasn't quite as fast going into the corner, but that may actually be the key to really carrying the speed through the corner and getting the speed down the backstretch. We saw that when the Winter Showdown was here with the Wall Cup Series cars. You absolutely want to make sure you keep the momentum through the corner because you're in the corner more than you are down the straights. 89 for San Benito. I think it's going to end here, folks. Nicholas San Benito across the line. No, man. I got ahead of myself. 23.704 for Nicholas San Benito. I'm sorry to give y'all false hope there, but the streak is so far still alive for Blaine Keys. And here's the next driver in line, Leonard Kochmer in the 39. I kind of feel like Kochmer's the only other driver left in the session that might be able to get the Blaine Keys. I thought San Benito had it. He had a little bit more speed coming out of turn 4, but he had lost too much, I think, on the other end of the racetrack. So here we go for the 39 of Leonard Kochmer. Of course, another championship competitor, though he did not have the best of runs at Las Vegas last week. Still very much in contention for this title. Not the same speed as San Benito had going in there, the turn number 1. Minimum of 92 right there off the exit. Going down the backstretch here. Gonna hit about 125 down the backstretch right there for the 39 machine. And he's going to minimize. No, boy. 91 minimum for Kochmer. A very good lap there. Off the exit. And, oh my goodness. You can't make this up. 2 1,000ths off of Blaine Keys. He almost had it. He almost had it, but he didn't quite have it. It's Justin Zeidel and Derek Hamill, the last 2 that can get to that number 1 machine. And Justin Zeidel next in line here in the 88 machine. Will he be able to get the Blaine Keys? Kochmer was so close. 2 1,000ths off of the 1 machine right there. That 1 just had so much speed going into turn 1 initially. Carried that momentum all the way through. We'll see what Justin's able to do in this 88 machine. Not as strong of a truck, I don't think, as what we see with Keys, Kochmer, and San Benito, but he's got a chance. We'll have to see if he can get something to go his way here. Oh, nowhere near as fast going in the turn 1 there for the 88 machine. And he's going to be a bit slower there on that section of the racetrack. Yeah, he's not even going to come close to hitting the speed that they hit earlier. And he's really going to dip down. This is not going to contend with Blaine Keys' time, unfortunately, but Justin's still going to have a good starting position regardless, though he is slowest here in the Fast 6 24.090. Here we go. Last time. Last car. Not the last time. Probably won't be the last time Derek Hamill's in the Fast 6 this season. Last car out there here in the Fast 6. It's Derek Hamill in the 51. Got to be a 23.600. Now, here's the thing. What's going on at Groton Autosport? Because Nicholas San Benito is 3rd right now. And that's a very good place to start the race behind Blaine Keys for San Benito, who was only 8 points behind Keys coming into this race. So maybe Derek doesn't go for it as hard as suggested. We'll have to see what he can do right here. Yeah, he's not carrying the speed. I tell you what, we were so close tonight, guys. But The Grimace streak keeps on rolling with Blaine Keys here tonight at IRP. Oh, he's going to wash it up there. Derek had some speed there, but it's not going to be enough. 23.841 is fifth. Blaine Keys, once again, has won the pole here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series, this time at IRP. But Nicholas Samadeo is going to be starting third for the race tomorrow night. That's going to be very fascinating. Well, here it is. The results again, that one machine has just stayed in that cell on the spreadsheet that I used to make this graphic for you for the past 5 weeks now. 5 straight poles for Blaine Keys and Team Velocistar. And keep in mind, he gets a bonus point for each of those poles. So he's gained 5 more points just by winning these pole positions the past 5 weeks. This is insane what Blaine has been doing in qualifying as of late. It's going to end at some point, and it's going to be fascinating to see when, where, and who it is that gets to that number 1 in a qualifying session. But it is Blaine Keys, Leonard Kochmer on the front row tomorrow night. Nicholas Samadeo and Christian Vargas in row 2. Derek Hamill and Justin Zeidel in row 3. Then it's Bryce Egan and Rogel Dorn in row 4. Logan Williams, Thomas Troxel in row 5. Jack Haas and Skep Silver in row 6. Andrew Williams, Brian Webb in row 7. Aaron Abel and Agar Barreto in row 8. Eric Monaco, Ludovic Schret in row 9. And we've got ourselves the 01 of Roberto Crown Jr. and LJ Semedo in row 10. Joe Rutkowski and Philip Torres in row 11. Emily DeBenedetti and Caleb Rose in row 12. Andrew Miller and Skylar Taylor in row 13. Nathan Stapleton and Jesse Turner in row 14. Laura Chung and Avery Alford in row 15. Zachary Fitzwater and Bruno Diacomo in row 16. Corey Case, Matthew Huber in row 17. Duncan Ward and Matthew Burnett. Not a good day at all for Beacon Quantum Racing right there. That was a last row lockout for those guys. For the team that had the Drivers' Champion last year as well. Definitely a much different season for those guys. But what a season it has been so far. Blaine Keys keeps it going. His 5th straight pole in the season. But will he get the win tomorrow night? That's the big question. And with Nicholas Samadeo right behind him, and don't count out Leonard Kochmer either. I feel like we may see someone other than Blaine Keys winning tomorrow's Lucas Oil 200. That's going to be tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on AG The Channel. Excited to see who gets it done as we begin the second half of the season of the Turkey Hill Truck Series here in 2024. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. Congratulations to Blaine Keys, and I will see you guys later.